Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. Today, I have something very special for you. This is my design team project for Handmade Club, Shabby Art Boutique for December 2021. And this is Granny's Buttons. And what I have for you today is the flip through of my design team project. I've had it done for some time, but believe it or not, I forgot to do the cover. I had the whole inside done, went on to work on other things, got ready to film it and realized I didn't have the cover done. And with the holidays, I just couldn't get back to it. So finally have it all finished for you. And I'm here to share what I did with this gorgeous kit. Now, I do have two process videos and in the first process video, I have a flip through of the entire kit. So if you missed each page, go back to my very first video, and then if you want to see some of the work that I did on it, you can go watch those two videos and you'll be able to see how I put this together. Now, I didn't do the entire process on video. It's just too time consuming as far as it's a lot of gluing, a lot of cutting and gluing, which is just too tedious to make into videos. So I bring you my finished project. Now, this is our cover, and I have used a number of pieces from the kit. And I have added some, what do you want to call it? Tape that gives it dimension. I don't know what the name of that is. It's eluding me at the moment. But a dimensional tape so that we have, as you can see, you know, it's not just a flat cover. I've added lace, words from the kit, pearls, some charms and bulb pins. I've added pearls, lots of vintage laces here, and a beautiful organza ribbon that I have tied this lovely multi-fold pocket folio with. That's what the name of this is. It is a multi-pocketed folio, and it has multi-folds, lots and lots of folds. So it's not just a tri-fold folio. This one folds way more than 3 times. So here's our front. I think it came out rather lovely. I'm going to check to see what you're seeing. We got a little bit of shadow today because it's a cloudy, rainy, oops, sorry about my head there, rainy day here in California. So this is our cover, and I've cut some pieces out from one of the sheets, and I've multi-layered it, and then I've added some of the fussy cuts. This is the back side, which has some vintage lace and some pearls, and one of the cards that's in the kit. I added some yarn and a vintage button, and then I have one of the pieces of ephemera, which is a spool card, and I have wrapped some beautiful cashmere baby pink or soft ballerina pink actually yarn on it to match the bow. So that's what's in that pocket. So this is on the back side of our folio here, and then we're going to, so front, back, so this is what you see. And in our first folds, when you open it, we have some rickrack pearls, a pretty little organza flower with a pearl in it, and a few more charms. We have a button and a little hanger for sewing, and then it's on a bulb clip. Over here I have vintage lace and a really pretty little applique flower with a pearl. And when you get here, you'll notice that there is a pocket right here. And in this pocket, I have a tall tag. I have not added the ribbon because it just adds bulk, but you could add ribbon to it. I've done a collage of bits and pieces from the kit. I've added the sewing machine, a rose, some measuring tape, one of the words, and vintage laces and doily. And then I have backed it with some just pink cardstock. So you're all ready to go. And this paper is in the kit as well. So you could add some seam binding on the top of this. And, you know, if you want to add little, you know, a little bow at the top or whatever you want. Okay, so that's the first card. You open it up again. And this is what we have, as you could see. Let me see, I want to make sure, I don't know how much you guys could see. I think I can open I can open all the way and you will see it. Okay, so I'm good. I was worried that you wouldn't be able to see that. So in here we have lace, pearls, vintage buttons, and this is the printed, one of the printed papers. And we have a pocket here, and I'm going to pull that out, and we have a tall tag. Now I just use one of the pages and put it on the back of some kids construction paper, which gives it a nice little feel to it. This has the feel of old book page, and it's all been, the whole thing's been inked with spun sugar, distress ink from Tim Holtz. Again, we have a space for you to put a ribbon or a bow if you would like. And I just kept this one very simple. This is basically just for writing. You could decorate it further with lace and ribbon if you would like, but I found it was getting too difficult to close the different pockets at this point. So over here I have a vellum pocket that I have done a collage. I've used some of the words from the kit, some of the ephemera, lots of pearls, some vintage lace, some more pearls. And again, this is a vellum pocket, a gold vellum pocket. And then this is one of the tags from the kit, and it is printed on both sides with another image from the kit. I have added vintage lace, some pearls, some seam binding, and some pretty little sewing charms. I have a big old bag of these sewing charms that I got on Amazon. And then the seam binding ribbon, and put it on a ball pin. So that goes into our little pocket over here. Again, every single page, you guys saw me do this, put these on, so they're all from the kit. And we have another tag, that's all tall tag. These are all for journaling on. So I've kept them very plain. Now you could add ribbon and a tag and other goodies if you want, or you could keep them simple. The ones that were cut out from the beautiful prints in the kit, I just left them plain. I didn't add any embellishments. And again, I didn't add any ribbon, but you could do that if you wanted to dress it up. This beautiful little pocket over here is a tuck. It is a piece of the ephemera. It has lace, some pearls, more pearls. It's been inked, and it's got vintage. And then up here, I had some hearts that I die cut out of the papers, scraps of the papers, and I put a vintage button up there. We have some little cards from the kit that are decorated up, you know, with some pretty little embroidery flowers and pearls, vintage lace. This is one of the words from the kit, and it's double backed. This is on some really strong pink card. And then again, this is printed on both sides from the kit. So these are going into that little tuck over here. I'm going to go back to this side over here, and this is again one of the printed pages. We've already talked about the card that's in there. I used some vintage lace top and bottom, some pearls, and a vintage button. Here I have vintage lace, pearls, several. I made myself a little cluster out of a bunch of the pieces of ephemera that are in the kit. I used a doily behind it, and like I said, vintage lace at the top and pearls here. And then, again, some more cards from the kit. Again, a word from the kit that I've used some fancy scissors on the edges. I've added a vintage button and some embroidery floss. And they are back, you know, they're backed. Everything on here can be written on. So this is definitely a writing folio where you could write notes. It would be a fun sewing folio. And it would also be great to give to someone who sews. They would probably really enjoy this. This also has a pocket, a hidden pocket over here. Again, it's backed with some cardstock, and this is paper from the kit. It's been inked, and it has a little tag. Again, you could add ribbon, lace, any of the words, you know, if you want to dress it up. Because it's such a beautiful print, I chose not to cover it up. I left it plain for writing. Okay, and then we get over here, and I have added a strip of the measuring tape, some vintage lace, and one of the cards from the kit. It's double printed, and then seam binding, and again, a bulb pin and a couple of charms, and that just slides into the little tuck here. And then there's also a pocket, and I put in this little ribbon medallion and glued on some of the ephemera on top of some doily. We have vintage lace and pearls, and it's backed for writing, and I wrapped the doily around the back for a little decor, so we'll put that in there. This will hold way more, and you could decorate it up more, but I just really didn't want to overstuff this. So over here we have some vintage rickrack, jumbo rickrack, some vintage lace. We have a one of the spool cards that I glued down, and I've added some pearls, and I've added a little piece of embroidery thread and a pearl, more pearls, and then I've added some pearls to this, and this is glued down. It doesn't come up, but there is a card here, and this card I did decorate with some lace and pearls. I've taken a basic piece of the kit paper, the background papers, and I added one of the cards. I trimmed it off and added a card. I've also made it a pocket here, which you could stick a little card into if you wanted. I need to remember to do that. I forgot to grab one and put it in there. I have a bunch of them already inked. I did put some pretty doily at the top, lace and pearls, like I said, and then it is backed on cardstock, and it's all been inked, so it's ready to be written on. Or again, you can go and add some pretty ribbon on the top. So I could probably add some ribbon and maybe a word if I wanted to dress it up some more. And I do need to, I did make this a pocket right here, so I do need to go and put a tag in there. So, and then last but not least is our three-tiered pocket up here. There are 10 pockets in this, and I believe more than 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's about 16 little journaling cards all in here. And actually there's 2 in each of these pockets, so it's 16, 17. It's about 20. There are about 20 tags and journaling cards in this kit with 10 pockets. So you have plenty of space to put lots of goodies and write in here. It'd be a really fun notebook for someone who, you know, is a seamstress or sews or loves to sew, or their parents sewed. I have some little button cards. I put some vintage buttons on there. I have inked them and backed them so they can be written on, and they are in our first pocket. I'm going to set those off to the side there. This is our second pocket. Now I've decorated each of these pockets with lace at the bottom and pearls. I have added doily, and I've added some of the fussy cut ephemera. This one has 3 of the vintage buttons, and it's been inked and backed, so those are ready to go. And then the top pocket just has the one cute little jar of Granny's buttons, and it's a miniature of one of the big pages, and I just added a little bit of embroidery floss to it to tuck in that top pocket. It's kind of rough to put too much in there and not have it, you know, stick out. So these were the pockets that I did, and I decorated each one of these, again, with doilies, lace, and pearls. So as you could see, this is our multi-fold, multi-pocket, multi-tag folio. So here you have it. I'll hold it up just a little bit. And then you can see it just folds like this. I think I got all the pockets. Yep, I did that one already, and I did that one. So that one would fold in. You can hear it kind of has a little struggle closing. Why I didn't add a lot more ribbon and things to it. And then you have your final fold. And let me get this little pair of scissors, keeps wanting to stick inside. There we are. I might have to take those out of there. And there it is. That's my design team project for Shabby Art Boutique Handmade Club, Granny's Buttons. And it is a stunning kit. If you don't have it, you have a few more days to go and get that and give it a play. You'll have a great time with it. I chose to do a folio this time, but I can think of so many projects I could do with this. I just wish I had more time, which I just didn't have any more time to work on it. So I want to thank you for coming along and having a little peek at my little folio here. I'm going to tie it back up with this beautiful organza ribbon to keep it closed, because it will not stay closed by itself. It's definitely she's a fluffy girl, you know, for sure. So she definitely needs a little ribbon. And I did a terrible job with that, but you get the idea. So there she is. So there you have it. And I'm not sure what else to say. Oh, in my video at the where the little V is, if you tap that and it drops it down, you'll find a direct link to the club, to this kit. It's a 2-month minimum, so you would get, if you do this before the 14th of, right around before the 13th of January, you should still be able to get this, print it, and download it, and have plenty of time. And after that, it disappears. So, you know, if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate. Get out there and get it done. And I promise you'll just love it. All the papers in here were yummy. There were so many fun projects you could do with this. And really, your imagination, the only limit you have is your imagination. So I would say sky's the limit on this. You'll have a wonderful time with it. So thank you everyone for watching and for following along, and I will see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses, guys. Bye-bye.